Fresh, break down. Everybody know what I'm trying to do now. Hold it down for my hometown. Profound when it comes to doing me because I do it easily and it pleases me how. So focused, mind open. But hope, I'm in with a motive, soaking in a dap of my own ocean, hoping that the whole world gets to know.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Thursday. It's a little after 4, but we are here nevertheless, all right? Welcome to the Sil Higgins Fitness and More show, and today we will be talking about a few different things, all right? We're going to continue on like we did last time with talking about having an open mind and changing your mindset in order to approach fitness in a new light. So the song that you've been hearing is called Mind Open, all right? It's by a local artist named Robb. And he is awesome. So if you've enjoyed the song, he's actually performing here live tonight. Not here in this location, but right down here on U Street in the city. So if you're local, if you're here, definitely check him out. Mr. Too Much Love to Hate himself. He is amazing. So that whole vibe, though, that's kind of how I got started. I had to change my mindset, all right? So you can reach out to him or follow any of his music from any of the Too Much Love to Hate handles on Instagram or Facebook. Or just check him out tonight, all right? Simple as that. All right, so moving on, right? Let me just take a breath because this has been a rough week, all right? So I to let you in on a little of my daily life outside of the show, I'm a student full-time at the University of Maryland. I'm 2 classes away from my master's. I just changed facilities now, or at a new facility, 24-hour fitness in Glen Arden. So you can definitely check me out there. What else do I do? I'm planning a wedding, just bought a house. Just life, working, just everything. But anyway, like I said, we're here now, and at the end of the day, in the beginning of the day, we can't forget fitness. I had to understand that it was a part of, as important as brushing my teeth. If it didn't do something to help my life, improve my life, and make the quality of it better, I had to do something daily to contribute to that. Or else the goals don't get reached, and you sit there year after year, month after month, in the same place that you were or are in now. So we're going to spend a little time with that, but then to how we look at it overall with setting goals. And I'll let you in on some funny stories of how I set goals and then it just so wasn't realistic. And that's where we fail most of the time, is we think we got it. I'm gonna lose 30 pounds in 2 months, and you still eating Burger King. You're drinking energy drinks with 0 calories, thinking that's gonna help you lose weight, and it's not. We'll go into that more. So stay tuned for that. But what we really want to get into today, too, is how we look at it, like setting goals. And actually, most people don't know that there's 5 different components to fitness, all right? So we're going to look at those, each 5, and talk a little bit about them and see if it helps you change your mind or change how you set your goals each month, okay? Or the end of the year is coming, so everybody's got the famous fitness goals, right? Everybody want to lose 50 pounds, 100 pounds this year, and they're going to do it. And just had the same goal for about 5 or 6 years, 10 years. So we're going to see if we can actually change that this year, all right? So like I said, what we're going to do is first we're going to take a look at setting goals and the way most of us set goals, right? So let's pull up that PowerPoint just into, the SMART goals. We can start there. Now, some of you have seen this before, right? And you say, okay, I've seen this at work and school and business. They tell you SMART goals, and corporate America tells you SMART goals. But how do they relate to fitness? So if you haven't seen or heard of SMART goals, what they are is just kind of in and breaks down what it is. Is the S is for specific. All right, meaning you can't say I'm just going to lose some weight and expect to actually lose the weight. Right? So how do we make it specific? Okay, so say, okay, we want to lose 30 pounds. All right, specific. That's a number. So there we go. So then we can go back down to the M in SMART, meaning measurable. So, okay, 30 pounds. How do we then measure that, right? So this is how it's got to follow all the way through. So is it measurable? In a measurable way, how can we reach losing 30 pounds? Because that's the specific goal. So we can say, okay, well, measurable. We know that if we step on the scale, we can tell if we lost or gained 30 pounds. So it's measurable. It can be measured, all right? Is it attainable? Here's the one that gets me here, right? Because as a trainer, you want everybody to succeed, right? So even the people we love, right? So then they think you're a trainer. Oh yeah, so they're like, Sil, I want to lose, or not even I want to lose, but I've even gotten the screenshots. Can you make me look like this? And I'm like, okay, but your genetic makeup, your skill and will, and it would take a lot maybe to reach that goal, maybe 2 years, maybe it's a long-term goal, or maybe it's not attainable at all, meaning you're, say, 5'10", and you want to weigh 175 pounds. You're 5'10", you're tall, male or female. You're probably not going to weigh 175 pounds unless you're like skin and bones, that 175 is not going to look the same, and you may be, I don't know, you may be heavier than that. It has to be attainable. And sometimes, a lot of times, there's steps in which you need to go to first to attain a longer goal. So we look at it, is it attainable? So you're maybe 200 pounds and you want to lose 30 pounds. Okay, but your height ratio and all of that is permittable for that, and for you to still be a healthy individual, and for it still to be functional in life. So we look at that aspect of it. Is it attainable? So, and it may not be that it's not attainable. Sometimes it can be attainable, but you have to break it down, meaning you may have to break it down into 4 or 5 phases. You may have to, for example, with me, I wanted to, as I was losing the weight, I got to a point as I understood fitness that I wanted to gain a certain amount of maximum strength. Well, that was cool, and I was training for that, but because I hadn't attacked the issue of flexibility, it was making that goal of having maximum strength a lot more difficult. I reached a point where I couldn't go anymore because it was affecting my movements and things of that nature. So we look at that aspect of it. So still I can reach my maximum strength or train for that again, but I had to go back and do the flexibility part and get that straight away. So after that, we look at the fact of, is it realistic? Now, that close to attainable, but is it realistic overall? Are you going to lose 30 pounds in 1 month or 6 weeks, and you're 180 pounds, and you have a low body fat? You may not. But if you're 180 pounds and you have a body fat percentage of in the 40s, then yeah, that might be realistic for you. So we look at that aspect of it as well. Then the last one is the time base. So that's a key player as well. So someone, again, losing 30 pounds, says it's measurable. We can tell if they lost the weight or not. We have something to measure it by. Is it attainable? Is it realistic for them, for their weight, for their height, things of that nature? Is it obtainable in that sense? And then if we put a time on it, that means we are locking ourselves in to the goal. We are making the commitment. So yes, you can lose 30 pounds, and we'll measure it this way. It is obtainable, and it's realistic, and we can do it in this amount, this time period. So maybe it's 6 weeks, not 6 weeks. That's really extreme. And so don't think that that's possible. Okay. It's more of, is it the time base? Can we take the next 90 days of our lives to see if we can lose 30 pounds? For the average person, that's for the most part doable. And then two, we also want to see, like, what is it? Is it that we're losing weight? Okay, what kind of weight? Are we losing lean mass? Are we losing body fat? That's gonna it's really gonna show how we look at the end of the day, which most people want. We want that tone, and we want to, look like, hey, yeah, oh yeah, they're working out, not just, yeah, I lost some weight. So we have to take all those things into consideration when setting a goal. All right. So here is what we can do, and what most people don't do when setting the goal. Most people have never heard of what's called a process goal, right? So a process goal is what you are directly in control of. It is where most people, I want to say all people, but most people fail, all right? Because this is the part that not only do we control, but is the main contributor. It is the main driver. It is the main source. We are our main source of everything. So if we don't do it, it doesn't get done. With your health, with your fitness, it's up to you. So if you don't go to the gym and you said you were, or you've set this 30-pound weight loss goal, that's all you're focusing on, right? But you're not doing anything in your daily habits to change to get the 30 pounds off, right? So you say, okay, now I'm mad because I ain't reached my goal, and damn, I gave up soda all month. Well, okay. And I'm telling y'all, I hear this all the time. I ain't drinking soda all month. But you haven't picked up an activity. You're not drinking soda, but you start, sucking on a lollipop, or you start getting a honey bun, or, something else picked up. You didn't get the soda, but you got sweet tea, or you got a diet tea, or a diet soda, or whatever. I don't even know why they exist, for real, because it's just like, why? Like, okay, that's another show. We'll go all into that too, but anyway. So, but these are the things that we do, and then we say, why didn't I reach my goal? Well, okay, so no, let's look at it different. Like I said, it's what you control. It's how you look at your goal set. So, all right, so this is, okay, here's a new week. You want to lose 30 pounds, and you want this 30 pounds to actually go away. All your goals check out, or you set yourself, your goal is attainable. You got to say 90 days to reach it, and okay, everything's set. So now what are you going to do? No, that was the pause, because that's where people get stuck. They set the goal, and they're like, yeah, exactly, right? So it's like, no, okay, so here's the problem. So if you need to take out a piece of paper, yourself, somebody, okay? But this is how we have to look at it. Say, okay, even to my fellow people who have been overweight all their life, or maybe the last 10 years or something like that. You get so upset, you didn't reach your goal, you gave it 30 days, but you spent maybe 30 years overweight. Maybe you spent 15 years overweight. The idea is that you spent a significant amount of time doing things the absolute wrong way, or the way in which got you to be where you're not comfortable anymore, or where your health is failing, or you're getting ailments now that you shouldn't have, or you feel like you're too young to have. You can't walk up the steps and talk without being out of breath. Those type of things. So we have to change that and say, okay, typically on my daily, for breakfast, I stop at McDonald's, or stop at, Wawa or whatever. I have this, and I have a coffee and a muffin. Okay, well, that alone, if you look at the caloric intake of that alone, that breakfast, right? So they got a coffee, a muffin, or something, some kind of sandwich. If you were to cut that out, I'm going to just say roughly anywhere from, depending on how that sandwich is cooked, from 500 to 1,000 calories. Let's say, just for simple math, we'll keep it at 500. Let's say we don't do that, and I'm not saying don't eat. I'm just saying change it. Well, let's say it's 1,000 calories. Let's say we change it then to a breakfast of fresh fruits, nuts, things of that nature, maybe some whole grains or some steel-cut oats, or, a healthier choice, right? Let's say we cut that down, then your breakfast is only 500 calories, right? So now you got 7 days a week, you've saved 500 calories per day. You've saved 3,500 calories. That's a pound right there. Right there. Without doing anything else, that's a pound. So if you were to take that approach to the other 3 meals of your day and your snacks and things, everything that's causing you a calorie, including the foods that you eat that say 0 calorie, okay? And the reason why I say that is because okay, first of all, we eat food for energy, right? So we technically say we need calories, we need nutrients is the main thing. But in those calories, it's what our body says, okay, this is energy, I can go burn it off, right? So when we eat these foods that say 0 calories, how did it become 0 calories? What did you do to it? How did you alter it for it to be a 0 calorie edible substance? And so if it's 0 calories, where's the nutrients? How is this going to help me in achieving my health goals? Like, this is, you really got to think about it, right? Right? So, okay. Let me not preach about that today, because that's not on here for the show, right? But... But so what happens is when we ingest those things, our body says, what am I supposed to do with this? I don't know. Okay, then I'll store it as fat. Boom. Okay, right? You feel me? So let's say replacing the 0 calories, sports drinks, stuff like that. Now we're just water. So now we're actually flushing ourselves out. So we go from flushing ourselves out. We've shaved about 500 calories off our meal, each meal, right? So we do that for a week. You've lost 3 pounds, right? How do you figure? Because about 3,500 calories equals about 1 pound, okay? So if you were to then cut, like I said, you've taken your breakfast from 1,000 calories to 500, boom, 7 days a week. It's a pound right there. You've done that for 3 meals, okay? We're changing. We're getting what you need, putting something that's nutritionally dense in our bodies. That's what is going to get our bodies going and able to perform at the level that we need to, so that we can work out, so that we do have energy, because our bodies aren't so busy trying to figure out how the hell 0 calorie anything is helping me. So now the body doesn't have to use so much energy to then store it as fat. It can actually burn the fat that we need. It can actually give us the energy that we need to sustain our days, right? So that's how we have to. So again, simple things. Hey, I don't exercise. Okay, well, I like to walk. I don't like to go to the gym. All right, we'll walk. Find something that you like to do. Don't look at it as exercise. Find something physical, a physical activity that you like to do, and do it. If you don't know how to do it. I'm going to tell you, I was 28 years old before I learned how to swim, all right? It was common for coming from the East Coast, to not know how to swim. It was kind of okay. Some do, some don't, right? Yeah, it's no thing. And I moved to Phoenix, Arizona for some years, and they were like, you know how to swim? Like, oh my gosh, but I was like, I'm going to figure this out. Like, I'm going to stop fighting the water and figure it out, right? So that's what I did, but it sparked something, I didn't like to run, but and I had never ran before in my life. But I was out there, and I'm like, these people out here running, there's running trails everywhere. I'm going to try something, you know. So I got out there. I started. I didn't run a mile the first time out. I ran literally to the trash can. You know what I mean? Like, literally. I ran to the damn trash can. But I lived in an apartment complex. It was like a big circle. So, you know, went from the trash can to the next little garage door opener thing. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to walk for the next one. And then I was like, okay. Boom. And then, like, in a couple weeks or about a month or so, I was running around the whole damn complex. Then I said, well, shoot, I'm about to break out. And I went outside the complex. You know, now I ain't gonna run now because my body said, nah, you cool. But that's what I had to do. I had to take it off of, and at that time, it wasn't, I have to lose 100 pounds. It was, I have to do something physical. I have to do something different. I'm not sure of what I really enjoy in the extent of working out. You know, I was always athletic. I played volleyball in high school, which I did really enjoy for 2 years. I played a little bit of basketball, but it wasn't nothing serious at all because, yeah, I just wasn't it. Well, at the time, honestly, I didn't want to dedicate. I didn't understand the dedication that an organized sport at that level required of you. So, but again, that's one of those times where my weight affected me and I didn't know. I didn't realize it was, right? So, again, so I looked at it different. That's how I got started. One bug kicked into another bug. They kicked into another bug. So I didn't get into this with just, oh, I'm going to lose weight and then I'm going to go be a trainer. No, I was 350 of out of shape, but I was I was still cute and I was still getting dates and, you know, all that good stuff. So I didn't, you know, I don't know. I just didn't have that story, but who knows? Maybe if I wasn't getting dates, I'd have did something sooner. I don't know. But anyway, it's just joking. Don't take it seriously, anybody at home right now. But so, you know, I said something has to give, and I like my life, and I want to change it, and I want to do something. So I started working out. I just started doing something different. And I started to educate myself along the way, right? And that's where, and I didn't understand the 5 components of fitness at this time, right? So that was a major contributor to how I approach fitness at the level I am now. Right now, I'm not concerned so much about the weight number, but to make sure that my flexibility is at its optimal to, I have goals of doing certain things with endurance or muscular endurance. So then I'm going to go and start powerlifting and go with the maximum strength. So I have different goals set up, even though I've lost 100 and something pounds. But that losing 30 more pounds isn't my main goal. You know, I know that as I continue on my journey through these other goals, that those 30 pounds are not going to even be a problem for me at all. So when I got into this, sometimes I didn't want to do it after a while, but I just kept going. And that led me to learning more about fitness, like I said. So we can get into the 5 components of fitness now. And this is what I'm, you know, a lot of what I'm talking about when I say the maximum strength, okay? Maximum strength, this is meaning like, some of you are sitting there like, okay, well, what does that mean so much? So this is like when you see people that say, yeah, how much do you bench? And you're like, oh, yeah, I bench 350, right? So what they're talking about actually is their maximum strength. How much weight, basically, can a person lift at one single time, okay? So the maximum weight they can lift one time, max weight, right? So then we talk about, so you guys get that, understand that? Like someone deadlifting something and boom. So in the Olympics, clean and jerk, stuff like that, and they do one big lift. That's what maximum strength is, right? So when we talk about muscular endurance is a little different. This is more geared to like people that can do 100 push-ups with no problem. You know, that means that their muscles have the ability to contract repeatedly. Their endurance is burning. They're gone, right? And these are typical basketball players have great endurance. They're running up and down the court all the time. People can do these sit-ups. You see the Guinness World Record of how many sit-ups and crunches and pull-ups and things like that that they can do. That's muscular endurance, right? And then we have body composition, okay? Body composition is how we're shaped in a way, or more so the body mass or the lean mass to fat mass, okay? So someone that you can tell maybe have probably never worked out before in their life, but is overweight versus someone who's like 200 pounds, but they're cut. They may have a lean body mass or a lean mass of, for a male, of like 25, right? Or I'll say less than that for a male, I'll say like 14, 15, but they're 200 pounds versus someone who's 200 pounds, but let's say their body fat percentage is about 45, 50, you know, so they're not looking as slim. And I should have probably had a picture to show you guys the difference, but this is body composition, basically the lean mass to body fat percentage that you have, okay? So basically someone who maybe weigh the same, one's out of shape, one's not in shape, one's very much so in a good physical condition. And then the last one, well, we have two more actually. Cardiovascular endurance. Those are our runners, our sprinters, or our cyclists. Those who just love to keep going, the lacrosse players. That's all that cardio that, you know, it's not my thing, you know, but that doesn't mean that it's not important. And it also doesn't mean that I still shouldn't have a day per week that I concentrate on cardio endurance as well, you know, and I just do it in a different way, and we'll get more into that as well. So the last one, most important, not most important, but we'll see next show. Flexibility, right? So flexibility is one of those things. Flexibility is like our yoga people. Okay, someone who can stand up, touch the toes, knees don't bend, no problem. Put their head behind it, you know, leg behind their back, all that crazy stuff, right? Those are our yoga people, our flexibility people. Flexibility is important because it controls our movement patterns, our posture, everything that we need to be aligned. If our flexibility isn't important, none of the other ones are really going to be able to be used at its maximum capacity, right? So we will definitely take more time going into each 5 of the components of fitness starting next week. These things, like I said, help me to really master a fitness goal setting, to help me really plan my fitness goals and plan them for others as well, okay? So what's going to happen is next week, we are going to have Ebony Wheeler of Brown Eyed Yoga. She is going to come in. She's a local here in D.C. She's opened her own company called Brown Eyed Yoga. She comes around. She's going to come on next week and tell us. We're going to talk about flexibility. We're going to get into it. She was talking, we had a meeting. She was talking good stuff. She's going to debunk some poses for you guys, show you how it's really supposed to be done, and we're going to go deep into flexibility, all right? So, and each show in the next couple of weeks will specialize in each area of those 5 components of fitness so that we are fully aware and everybody gets what's going on, okay? All right, so I'm going to wrap things up here for the week. Like I said, tune into it with us next week. We'll have Ebony here, the Brown Eye Yoga. And please, tonight, I need for the Washington Redskins to have set goals themselves and really put in some work tonight in Dallas. And that's all I got to say, all right? Thank y'all for viewing in. I'm out of here. Peace.
Two. Fresh, break down. Everybody know what I'm trying to do now. Hold it down for my hometown. Profound when it comes to doing me because I do it easily and it pleases me how. So focused, mind open. But hope, I'm in with a motive, soaking in a dap of my own ocean, hoping that the whole world gets the notion. I've been waiting for this minute for a minute now. I